To iCannabisRadio.com. You're listening to Hemp Connoisseur Radio on iCannabisRadio.com.
All right. Thank you and welcome to the Hemp Connoisseur Radio. As always, this is David.
And this is Jason.
And we have a full house here today, actually. We have the lovely Christiana Lewis with us. Please say hi, Christiana.
Hello.
And then we also have Spencer and Mikey from Cobraconda.
What's up? How you doing, man?
Hi, guys. Yep. So just to give you a little bio of Cobraconda, I have it right here, and I love it. I love the humor behind it, so I'm just going to read it straight up. Cobraconda is a group. Spencer, Graham, and Mikey are the guys in the group. They like partying, playing shows and beats. Cobraconda makes rap songs. They DJ too. Spencer and Graham met while touring the country, playing hard metal for soft kids. They started writing rap songs to appease their inner lust for big party tunes, and soon thereafter quit the metal bands and hit the studio. After a short stint of trying to launch the group in New York City 2 summers ago, they moved back to Denver, Colorado, their hometown, and put the axe to the grindstone. This is when Mikey came into the picture, and the group finally started to blossom into the beautiful young woman it is today.
Oh, man. It's almost prom, too.
It's almost. So how are you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly up here in Colorado. But,
It is. It's the weather changed, man. We had 3 seasons in one day yesterday.
I saw something pretty funny on my Facebook feed the other day. Alf from 93.3, the radio station, one of the pop radio stations here in Denver, he posted, Denver doesn't have fall. It's a cage match death stranglehold between winter and summer.
That's a great analogy. I like that. That's perfect.
We had 3 seasons yesterday. I think I slept through 2 of them.
Yeah. So the reason why we have Cobraconda, and for those of you who've been listening the last few weeks, we featured a different one of our great local bands that are going to be playing at our Cirque de Cannabis event tomorrow night. Yes,
Woo!
That is tomorrow night.
It's been a long road. That's
Man, it's been a long road. So it's at Castleman's Bar and Venue. Great venue for bands to be able to play. Have you guys played there before?
Yeah, we've been through a couple times, and I've definitely been through a lot of other shows. Some of the friends of ours have played there and kicked it with them, like Dirt Nasty. We had a good night getting weird with that guy in there.
That was a green room for all green rooms.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of crazy things happening in the Green Room Castleman's. I do know that. What have you guys been up to? I mean, I know we have the big party tomorrow. Are you guys psyched about that?
Yeah, I'm really pumped to get into that. I mean, especially, we haven't had an opportunity really to reach into this scene in Denver with the medical and the cannabis scene, and it's great for us because, we're advocates of that, and we'd fully support that movement in any way we can get in to help, even if it's just partying and bringing awareness to what you guys are doing and stuff, and we're more than happy to be a part of it, and I think it'll be a good time.
It is.
I have a feeling.
The crowd, I think that lends itself to a fun crowd.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a great time. I'm actually the only person who knows this, really. I know who the winners are of the event. I obviously will not be sharing that with anybody tonight. You have to go to the party to find out.
And it's not you.
Don't worry,
We'll
find out after the show for you guys and let everybody know so they don't have to come.
Hey, wait a minute now.
Just as long as your following shows up.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But no, it's going to be a great event. iCannabis is going to be there to cover the party. The Westward is now going to be there. We just found that out today. They're going to be covering us as well. The WMMJ, which is a television station, is going to be there as well. We're going to have the Amendment 64 guys registering all those last-minute people who haven't registered to vote. Since October 9th is the deadline to register to vote in Colorado. So for those of you
November 2nd.
What's that? That's the election. The deadline to register to be a voter this election is October 9th.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's really important. If you haven't registered to vote, you can do it online at the Colorado Secretary of State. But we do recommend, if you don't do that, come to the party. We'll get you registered there. So
and drunk.
What?
I said and drunk.
And drunk. That's right.
They're going to have some booze there, that's for sure.
There will be some booze there as well.
You can register drunk, just don't vote drunk.
Exactly.
That's how Mikey dresses himself, and it's not working out so hot for him. So.
You know damn well I don't dress myself.
So how long have you guys been around?
Cobraconda's been running now for about, I don't know, three or so years. I mean, there's been some breaks off and on depending on, everybody's schedules. At the beginning, we weren't taking it too seriously. It was more for a fun thing, but then it started to kind of pick up momentum and be a shame to not kind of chase it down. But I mean, so it's been a few years, been grinding it out. Really, it's only been the last year and a half where we started taking it somewhat seriously, and we linked up with a booking agency finally, so we're getting better shows. Madison House, based out of Boulder, Colorado. It's nice. It's nice to have a local guys on our team. So
Yeah, it is.
they know the market. They handle everybody from, Base Nectar to Black Alicious, so they know what they're doing with us.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, nice, reputable company. And well, Christiana is the one who introduced me to you guys, and she's been talking you up for quite some time. And it's exciting to actually have you guys be able to play, and to have the type of lineup we have with you guys. You're basically headlining with us, but we also have Varlet, Demon Funkies, and Dragon Deer, and I know you guys all kind of know each other.
Yeah, the Denver scene's really tight-knit like that. There's really only a certain amount of venues and bars that the music industry people are hanging out with and socializing it, so you get a lot of cross-traffic in there.
All right, is this kind of the first time that all of these bands you guys have all kind of played together?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of the other stuff we do is more geared towards like DJ party night, club scenario stuff. So we don't get a whole lot of we're maybe in a venue probably twice, 3 times a year in Denver tops. The rest of the time we like to kind of steer it more towards the party atmosphere.
Right.
It's a lot easier when you have a built-in crowd.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, and we know you have a great following. That's one of the reasons why we brought you in. I think you guys are a really fun band. And also because you guys are closing out the night for us, all the announcements are going to kind of be done around the time that you guys close it out. So then it is full-on party time. So it seemed like it was a perfect design for what we're doing for that night.
I'd hate to see it if it wasn't party time and we had to play it. It just wouldn't work out.
Exactly.
So what kind of instruments do you guys play?
It's mostly just electronic based with rap vocals over it. There's a lot of DJ stuff going on. Just mostly digital geared. But Graham, who wasn't able to make it here today, the other member of the group, he's a really accomplished drummer, so that helps with a lot of that side of things is more on the studio side for us, is where that gets built, and then the performance side is more geared towards making it fun for people who are there, instead of like the masturbatory watch me dick around with the synthesizer and you have no idea what I'm doing. Look, I'd rather be out in the crowd with you guys having fun.
Don't stare at me, party with me.
Right. Well, and that's been one of my complaints. I was a bartender for a long time, and I've worked in a lot of live venues, and I've seen a lot of rap concerts, and I like rap, and I love hip-hop, but sometimes when I see a rap concert, I feel like it's really like 20 guys up on stage, and it's literally just it's like a performance. It's like a game of Simon Says.
A Game of Thrones.
Yeah, a Game of Thrones. But no, it is. I always joke it's a game of Simon Says, because it's always like, get your hands up, everybody say this, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait a minute, you guys didn't even do a song yet.
No, that's great, though.
It'd be like 20 minutes of that, and there's no performance going on,
Let me clear my throat. That whole song is that, and I love that song.
So you have a couple of those, huh?
So did you guys watch the debates last night?
Yeah, I was flipping between that and Guy Fieri on Diners, Drives, and Dive-Ins, or whatever the hell that show is called, and I really couldn't tell the difference at some points.
Right. Well, and that's one of the things we want to talk about. Did you watch the debates last night, Jason?
Yep, definitely watched the debates last night.
I did as well. What were your impressions about it?
Well, I definitely know the way I'm going. However, with the debates last night, they both, they both have a plan. One actually will tell you what it is, and the other one has no idea, but they like to say that they have a plan.
Yeah.
But I guess that's how you surround yourself when you're the president. Is you put people that actually know what they're doing in the positions to help you out, or not in the case of past presidents.
Well, yeah.
I just think debates these days are such a rough sell in general, because they're just saying it's absolute pandering at its finest.
Oh, I agree.
And so it's when it becomes that instant popularity contest to see who can get like the most rise out of anything from social media to whatever. the substance starts lacking pretty heavily in there.
Absolutely.
Well,
I mean,
what's funny about last night is that on the Twitter feeds took off when he started mentioning PBS and Big Bird.
Oh yeah,
So not even about the
Did you see that?
debate itself.
that was hysterical. I love Big Bird.
I
It's
mean,
like,
I
well,
honestly
PBS
missed-
is more than Sesame Street.
Did you see that meme pop up with it had like Elmo or something, and it was like, what? No PBS.
I honestly missed the debates, but whoever promised to push back McDonald's breakfast till about 1:30, I'm probably going to vote for.
Well, see, that's a platform we haven't heard mentioned.
It's a strong running platform
Right.
now.
It's your platform when you run.
You know, I would say this about the debates. I mean, I know we're joking about it, but I think Romney obviously came out very strong as like he was on the offense. And of course he has to be on the offense. He's the one who, he's coming after the incumbent. He's the challenger.
Well,
He should
especially
be.
after the last couple months of what he was doing, he was kind of messing around quite a bit there, and he had to show strong.
Well, sure.
He did.
Yeah.
But you definitely knew that Romney was practicing for these debates.
It was
for a long
very
time,
rehearsed.
So,
Very
Yeah.
rehearsed. I thought.
and I think that he did a good job as far as trying to defend himself a little bit, because Obama kept asking him, what? Show me your plan. Give me your plan. You keep saying you have a plan. Show a plan. Show a plan. And so we'll see what happens in here, in the next 5 weeks as far as what comes out. But the fact that Obama will actually show you a plan, it's on the internet, is very comforting in itself. And I won't get into. Our industry actually is dependent upon one person winning and the other person losing. So.
Well, it's dependent. Well, the thing is, there's uncertainty no matter who wins for our industry. That's one issue I do have with it. Is Obama has not necessarily kept to the Ogden memo either, and which they were going to say
Not
we'll leave this.
necessarily?
Yeah, okay,
Not
he
at
hasn't at
all.
all. The Justice Department has not been
It's
too
adorable.
kind to our industry. But my complaint about Obama, and it's been my complaint since the beginning of his presidency, because I was one of those people. I voted for him right away, and I'm very excited about who he was, and I still think he is, God forbid, the best choice we have at the moment as to out of the two choices. Is I think that sometimes he's just a little bit too much of a wuss.
I was going to say sissy, but you got it right there.
I mean, you're the president of the United States. I mean, I think that he's one of those that it's the whole speak softly and carry a big stick, but I don't really feel like the stick he's carrying right now is as big as it should be. I think that.
So you're talking about bringing back Sick Willie.
Like a
Well,
bat.
it's just that I'm a big football fan, and what I saw on stage last night was Obama playing the prevent defense. It's, you know what I mean? It's like when you're in the lead and you're like, okay, we're going to give them a cushion. We'll let the wide receivers catch some passes, but we're trying to kind of try to contain them so that they can't catch up to me. And I felt like that wasn't to me, I want to see him go for the throat. I mean, he's got the lead. It's time to really nail it down. I didn't hear one mention about the 47%. I couldn't believe he didn't mention the 47%.
I think-
Honestly, like that was a pretty big deal. I mean, to write off half the country before you possibly be in office,
I don't even understand why Romney even has an opportunity to still stay in the lead in this. I mean, it should have been almost a moot point, like, hey, the next president of the United States and this guy who's been an idiot for the past 2 months. That's who's debating right now. Because, I mean, how do you insult almost half of the country and still have a chance to win? I mean, like I said, he should have gone for the throat, in my opinion. And I mean, I agree with you, Jason. He did say, hey, where are your facts? Where are your facts? Where are your facts? And obviously, Romney was incredibly rehearsed. There was nothing new coming. Well, there was some new things coming out of Romney's mouth. He showed a complete flip-flop from other things.
lies,
Well,
new lies.
I mean, it's just,
You mean the $5 trillion?
There's a $5 trillion. There's a $716 billion that he said was cut out of Medicare. Look, and this drove me crazy about Obama, is he did explain once about, well, I didn't cut $716 billion out of Medicare. I found a $716 billion savings that I was able to transfer over to Obamacare to help fund Obamacare. Well, I was like, why don't you just use a simple household analogy for Americans? You know, if I am paying an insurance rate of $700 a month for medical insurance, and I find another insurance carrier that can give me that same insurance rate for $300 a month, well, I can take that $400 a month savings and spend it on something else for myself. And that's what he's doing with it, and I don't understand why he didn't put it in those kind of terms.
I feel if there's going to be any downfall for Obama with especially with his public speaking, is that his tendency to alienate everybody by speaking over the proletariat's head. You know, like he uses, like, I probably just did that with that sentence, but you know,
Everyone's looking at proletariat right now.
But you know, like if you're speaking to the common American people, you have to kind of work the lowest common denominator, and that's what Mitt Romney's pro at. You know, he's a great public speaker because he's not scared. He not really thinking a whole lot through what's going on.
Well, the thing with Romney is that, I mean, there's no doubt that he's a smart businessman, and what he did in Massachusetts was great. But just because you do it on a smaller level like that doesn't mean you could take it to a national stage. I mean, yeah, you can implement a few things that will work, but there's a lot more to juggle at the national level than it is at a state level.
And when you're running things as a business, it's strictly that. It's a business, and that's what that man knows how to do. And it starts leaving out things like compassion and, you know,
no, absolutely. Well, let's continue this conversation after the break, because I think there's still a lot more to be said about this. And I do want to talk more about what you just said, Jason, about the fact that you're trying to compare being a governor to being a president of the United States, and it's a different ball game. So I think let's pick up on that conversation right after the break. So we'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On Grass. Runongrass.com.
The Hemp Connoisseur, Colorado's premier guide to hemp culture, is throwing a party for the ages. That's tomorrow, Friday, October 5th at Castleman's Bar and Venue. We're throwing the Cirque de Cannabis Party, featuring great local bands, Dragon Deer, Demon Funkies, Varlet, and Cobraconda, and of course, announcements of the winners of the Hemp Connoisseur Championship. If you want to know who has the best medicine that Colorado has to offer, you got to join us for the Cirque de Cannabis event this Friday, October 5th at Castleman's. Doors open at 7 o'clock. Party is 18 and up, and no red card required. Can't wait to see you there.
Let's face it, rules and regulations are complicated, especially in the field of medical marijuana. Let Medical Marijuana 101 help you get through the compliance process. We can also explain to you your employment requirements, your employees, and your business. But our work doesn't stop there. Our experience in cultivation ranges from the design of grow rooms to the diagnosis and resolution of grow problems. Visit us at www.medicalmarijuana101.com or call 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188.
Dixie Elixirs and Edibles, the patient's choice for alternative medical marijuana treatment. Dixie Elixirs infused sparkling beverages, Dixie Edibles, dewdrops, tonics, and Dixie Scripts extraordinarily concentrated cannabis extract capsules, along with Dixie Botanicals, all-natural topical therapy. All of these medicinal remedies are available at your local medical marijuana center. Like us on Facebook, Dixie Elixirs, or join us at www.dixieelixirs.com.
The law offices of Edson Maiden and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
You're listening to Hemp Connoisseur Radio on iCannabisRadio.com.
All right, we're back after the break. And where we left off, we were actually just talking about the debates. And, man, I love politics. I could probably talk about this for an hour. But I do want to talk about the point that you made, Jason, about the fact that, Romney's trying to, you were saying he had a lot of success as a governor in Massachusetts. And I'd not necessarily transfer over to president. I think one of the things you got to think about is the reason why a lot of governors do get elected as president of the United States is because when you're a governor of a state, you are a president of the state. And if you look at any state in the United States, it's bigger than a lot of countries. So, I mean, it is an accomplishment to say you're governor of a state and to turn it around or whatever. He didn't really turn around Massachusetts, though. And I think one of the things that people forget is he had a very large Democratic majority. I'm from Massachusetts. It's always been a very large Democratic majority. And for him to brag about the Massachusetts healthcare as if it's his, I think is something that people need to realize is not necessarily true. It was the state legislature that put that through. He had really not a lot of power. They had such a majority in the state that he pretty much could either veto it, try to veto it, and it would have been overturned, or he had to kind of go along with it. So he's taking credit, just like he tried to take credit for the saving of the motor industry, even though he was against the bailout of it, for something that he didn't do.
You know what I thought was great that he did say last night is putting more power into the hands of the states.
Well, I do agree with that.
Okay,
and,
but where we're going is that if that was the case, then why is it that he's openly come out and said, I'll shut down the industry when this industry was voted in by the people of the state of Colorado or by Oregon or Washington or California or any of the other states? You know, let the states govern it the way that they feel that it needs to be governed.
I absolutely agree.
I mean, whatever your take is, whether it be medical or recreational, leave it up to the people that have done. Myself, I support a lot of the medical side of it, and I believe, and obviously there's studies and everything like that out there that shows that, yes, this is a non-addictive substance, and it is very, very beneficial in certain cases and certain ailments. You know, on the 11th of October, we are going to have Sean Hauser with a local law firm here in town. She wrote a big paper on PTSD. Her dad is a doctor, her mom is an attorney, and she definitely has the research blood in her, and she's done an absolutely amazing job. So definitely listen in on that show.
I'm excited about that show, actually. It's going to be great.
But there's a lot of different things that this can be used for, and there's also a lot more research coming out that not only is medical cannabis good for you, but also the hemp plant.
What a great segue. Well, and I just want to speak about that because we're going to talk about hemp and what it can do for your health to improve your health. But one of the things, again, and you're going to hear us say this until we're blue in the face here at the Hemp Connoisseur, is the fact that hemp is not a conversation that is being had by either candidate drives me crazy. You want to talk about fixing our economy. You want to talk about green energy. You want to talk about all these aspects. You cannot really genuinely have that conversation unless you start talking about hemp. And until any one of these candidates mentions hemp, as far as I'm concerned, they're disingenuous when they talk about green energy, all of these kind of issues. I mean, again, and let's talk about health right now because, you know, Michelle Obama, who I actually love, everybody loves Michelle Obama. She's great, and she comes. Yeah, no, you know.
I'm just. I have to play devil's advocate.
But she comes from healthcare. She's a professional in the field, and she's doing a lot of work as a first lady to help teach people about nutrition. And that's kind of the topic of that's our hemp topic of conversation today is hemp and health and nutrition. And so, you know, that's our segue. Yeah, that was as smooth as I can possibly make it happen.
And we definitely don't want to have you switch away from our radio program, but definitely open up another tab, and you're more than welcome to follow along with the documents that we have here because we did pull them off of healingsource.com, and it does go over pretty in depth on raw shelled hemp seed. Which they're trademarked as hemp hearts, which is kind of a brilliant name because it's
good for your heart.
It is the DNA of the plant and what comes out of it. But it's absolutely amazing just listening or reading, all the health benefits behind this. I mean, it lowers blood pressure. It definitely makes your heart healthier. It improves digestion. It helps with losing weight naturally.
Man, I could use this right now, I think.
Yeah, I'm telling
I
you,
have
right?
high blood pressure, bad digestion, and I feel fat. I'm bloated.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, you need to get on some hemp hearts.
And we did a comparison. We did a comparison on one of our last shows between hemp protein and soy protein, and that's one of the issues. Soy protein does have a lot of allergic reactions to people. They get bloated and gassy when they do soy, but in hemp, what it does is it cleans out your system and helps your digestive system.
It's just embarrassing to buy soy. It's like it's like you're buying tampons for your girlfriend or something. I don't know.
Well, and it's funny you say that because soy does increase estrogen in
There's
men.
a
Yes,
segue.
there's
Your segue right there. Yeah.
But also the the hemp parts is that it does increase energy. It helps cholesterol levels, and it's a natural way to control blood sugar. So I mean that's really important for diabetics out there, is to be able to try to get control over their blood sugars. So
not to mention they are quite delicious. So
They really
that's
are.
pretty important. They're very good for you, but also taste very good.
Yeah, it's not like we're asking you to have like spirulina every day, which I actually have done, and it is another good thing for you. But man, if you've ever had spirulina, it is not
Just a nice wake up and get a nice hot shot glass full of fish oil.
Oh yeah, or wheatgrass or anything. I mean, it's like I know it's all good for you, but that's the problem that most people have is if it's good for you, it can't taste good. But I actually think hemp tastes great.
Well, the toasted seeds are really good. They have them like lightly salted, toasted. Those are delicious.
Sprinkle a
the
little
raw ones
paprika.
are really good. I've had them on yogurt and oatmeal and things like that.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They're delicious.
What the hell is oatmeal?
yeah.
This weird gray stuff.
Another
Yeah.
health food that is also good for your heart.
Well, I mean, the raw hemp provides a broad spectrum of health benefits, including weight loss, increased and sustained energy. So you have, you can have 4 to 5 tablespoons a day, and I mean, you're good with all of it. It sustains energy, rapid recovery from diseases. So if you do have, something going inside of you medical. I mean, it's coming out more and more and more as research is done that this truly is a miracle food. I mean, it has all your amino acids that you could ever want in there. Again, lowers cholesterol and blood pressure, reduced inflammation, improvement of your circulation and your immunity. So, yes, it is. Those of you out there that need to go get your flu shots, King Super's got a great deal going on right now. So,
I actually don't believe in
it.
flu shots.
Well, and I haven't had a flu shot in probably 20 years.
You know, and look,
I'm for it. I've gotten a
I know
flu
you
shot
do.
every year, and I don't get the flu.
well, we've had this conversation before, but I know of other people get the
My-
flu shot every year, and they get the flu, and
my
I don't.
son had swine flu, and I didn't get it because I
Right.
got a flu shot. So
Right.
Swain-
so it's just
flu.
it's just
Swain
my own
flu.
personal opinion for myself. So
Yeah.
don't anybody take me as a medical expert whatsoever. But I just don't believe in any of those kind of shots really because I think that the human body is designed to heal itself if you give it the proper nutrition.
Well, there's
tell
a
that
big
to measles,
if.
mumps, and
Yeah,
rubella.
that is the big if, though. That is the big if. You got to give it the proper nutrition. You got to don't drink a lot of sodas. Don't do a lot of the other junk that most people in America do.
Man, you're stressing
Don't
me
be
out.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't be Mikey. He's
Yeah.
lobbying for later McDonald's breakfast over here.
But
That is a solid.
yeah, and that was one of the other things we were going to talk about was raw foods versus cooked, wasn't it? I mean,
I mean, it's a difference between. I mean, obviously, you as a child, you probably want to have your broccoli cooked opposed to having it raw,
Or not at all when you're a child.
Or
I liked it.
but
I liked it drenched in ranch dressing, which was so not healthy.
Or just melted cheddar.
Oh yeah, melted cheddar.
but Dave, do you know, or I guess anybody, do you guys know what the why it's better to eat raw foods than it is to?
It's cooking out all the nutrition when you're
Yep.
cooking it.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're denaturing all the proteins when you cook it.
Well, yeah, and we talked about this before. I'm a huge fan of juicing, and one of the things I did in my research when I got turned
Juice
on
weasel.
when I got
Dude,
turned
he
on
did.
to juicing raw fruits and vegetables, and is one of the things I learned, and I found this amazing, is that all right, so your white blood cells are responsible for boosting your immune system and healing your internal system in your body. Well, one of the
I know a lot about this.
yeah. One of the things that happens to your body when you cook food and you ingest it is your white blood cells actually treat any cooked food, whether it's a vegetable or a meat or anything, as if it's actually a foreign substance. Because you got to think about it. We're evolutionary still, like a second away from being cavemen and hunter-gatherers.
Most of my teeth are still really pointy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got your canines in there, right?
So our systems are really not used to cooked foods. I mean, we were just gathering berries and eating meats, and even then, we were probably eating meats raw until we discovered fire. So your body doesn't really know how to deal with it. So your white blood cells will rush in and work on digesting all that food. It becomes the priority of your system to digest that cooked food. So it's also cooking, while it is cooking out nutrients and vegetables, it's also inefficient as to what your white blood cells should be doing. So when you eat a raw food, they're not messing with digesting because your body knows this is normal, I can digest it. And then your white blood cells do what they're supposed to be doing, which is healing internally in your body. And this is, I think, one of the many reasons why cancer is so prevalent now in today's society. Cancer wasn't around, 200 years ago, or maybe it was, and we just didn't know how to diagnose it.
I mean that, and there's carcinogens everywhere.
Well,
I'm
and
pretty
that's
sure
it.
my genes are carcinogenic.
But your body
my
is
pants.
designed. Your body is designed to purge those carcinogens if it's working efficiently, and that's
Well,
I think the thing.
Well, yeah, and the answer to you're cooking out the the vitamins and everything else that's all good for you. It's a little bit more simple than that, because your digestive system, it needs the food, the fibers. I mean, your system is always contracting.
Yeah.
And when you have the food that's processed, it actually will turn into basically a paste inside your stomach, which then sticks to the walls of your digestive tract. And you really need that roughage inside your system to go ahead and push everything through. So that's why
birds eat gravel.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey,
There
it
you
pushes
go.
it through,
That's good
man.
reference.
You know. Hey, all right. How many feet is the digestive system?
It's like, what, 80, 90 total or something
69.
like that? 69, bro?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
your
going to go
number
with
today.
69. That's my final answer.
It's a 20-foot long digestive
I'm gonna
system.
phone a friend.
I thought that...
But you meant divided by 4, right? I mean,
Right,
you're like
right,
40,
right.
80.
Right.
You're
No,
80
I
divided by
No,
just
he
know
meant
mine
69.
is... I'm
Yours is
I'm a
longer.
big dude. I'm like 7'8", so...
Right.
It's probably 69 feet.
Yeah, 69
Yeah.
feet.
So going back, I mean, so those are some some things as far as going back, and some benefits of eating the hemp seed. Have you got anything on that? Anything else on that?
Well, I mean, obviously, I completely believe in the benefits of the hemp seed.
Where do you get these hemp seeds to eat them?
Generally natural food stores, of course.
Any
know,
natural grocer.
Whole food grocers, sunflower markets, places like that. It's not cheap yet because, again, we don't allow hemp production in the United States, so everything is imported. So this is one of those things that all of our listeners out there, make sure you're writing our congressmen, make sure you're writing our senators to declassify hemp so that it's not considered the same as marijuana. The DEA will not allow that to happen right now as far as they're concerned. And I've mentioned this fact before, but it doesn't hurt to mention it again. The DEA gets paid over $1 for every quote-unquote marijuana plant that they eradicate. The problem with that is 99% of the quote-unquote marijuana plants that they eradicate every year is feral hemp. It's just wild hemp growing in the fields. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm the DEA, I absolutely understand. All decisions in this country are made where you follow the money.
Man, I'd take that job right now.
Right.
Good pay.
I get paid, and it's just like every time you dip that machete to the plant, you're like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching,
I should
cha-ching.
make some money just going to my friend's house.
Yeah. So I can't blame the DEA for this position, but it is our government's side that needs to change that position. So we're going to go on a break real quick, and then we're going to come back and talk a little science.
Excited. Something about DNA, I think.
We're talking about DNA, yeah. So we'll be back in just a couple
DNA.
minutes.
Dinosaur.
Bitch better have my money.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bitch. Put it in my hand. Bitch better have my money. Lay all straight up, call me loser. Now I fucks with all them cougars. So fresh, so clean, I am Superman and Lex Luthor. I don't give a fuck how hot it is. From Memphis to Metropolis, my dick's in your esophagus. Ain't no way you stopping this. Here, kitty, 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 here, kitty, kitty. The way that you purr makes a hound dog dizzy. Get money, money, get money, money, money. I don't really give a flying fuck about you, honey. You're pretty, pretty, you're pretty, pretty shitty. What's a broad like you got to do with my city? Chasing after me, gonna follow me home. Oh no, raw dog, bury that bone. Bitch better have my money.
I keep my stress locked up at home. Blocked your number from my telephone like rain, go away, so Graham can play. Cause I got game and I got sneakers. Smoking cigs to cover reefers. I get A's cause I fuck teachers. You kiss fat chicks under bleachers. You have acne, I have features. Pheromones burn hot like ether. I stay chill while y'all get fever. Call me damn cause I get beaver. Payday, payday, cocaine.
All right, we're back. You've just been listening to Bitch Better Have My Money by Cobraconda. It just doesn't sound as cool when I say that, I think.
I think it sounds a lot cooler, man.
Oh, well, thanks.
Break out the tune. Come
y'all
on.
bitches
Once again,
gotta
guys, we have
his
Cobraconda
money.
here. We have Spencer and Mikey. I know Graham couldn't make it. We're sorry, but we'll get to see him tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
he's got a busy day of
he'll
looking
look
at
really
himself
good.
in the mirror.
Right, he's doing his nails, I think you said, right?
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
a mani-pedi.
Putting the
all that.
man back in manicure.
See, this comes naturally to me.
Yeah.
Graham takes a day and a half to prep for you guys.
Oh, okay, yeah. You just wake up and you're this
really
beautiful,
nice.
right?
It takes some time.
Yeah, you look great.
Because I sleep in.
So for those of you who are joining us a little late, Cobraconda is going to be one of the bands playing at our event tomorrow, the Cirque du Cannabis event at Castleman's. Castleman's is located on 26th and Walnut. Doors opening at 7, 18 and up. No red card required. That was my shameless self-promotion for the moment there. So we were talking before the break that we were going to get scientific. And we haven't really gotten fully scientific here at Hemp Connoisseur Radio. So I'm going to try to break it down and try to sound like I'm more intelligent than I am. So let's talk about DNA. Everybody here knows what DNA is, right? I mean,
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Wow, you practiced that, didn't you? You did. No, that was impressive.
Actually
Yeah,
said
right.
under
I can.
what I was going to
It's
say.
written on his arm right
It's
now.
written right on his arm. That's impressive.
That's why he said it all quiet. Just in case
Obviously,
he messed
DNA, hereditary material found in all humans, animals, and organisms. It's in every single cell of our bodies. Each cell's nucleus has DNA, which is rolled into structures that are our chromosomes. And of course, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes.
Base pairs.
What
Never mind.
are you?
I'm just correcting you, but it's fine.
Dr. Christiana's chiming in over here.
Okay.
I just took microbiology.
Well, look, to get scientific, most genes contain the information needed to make functional molecules called proteins. The journey from gene to protein is very complex, tightly controlled within each cell, and it consists of what are two major steps: transcription and translation. And together, transcription and translation are known as gene expression. So, that was as scientific as I can get there. During the process of transcription, the information stored in a gene's DNA is transferred to a similar molecule called RNA, ribonucleic acid. That was my big word for the day.
Yep.
And that is in the cell's nucleus. Both RNA and DNA are made up of a chain of nucleotide bases that have slightly different chemical properties, blah, blah, blah. The type of RNA that contains the information making a protein is called messenger RNA because it carries information or messages through the DNA out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. So why am I saying all this stuff about DNA?
Because you're mad at us?
Because I'm mad at you.
And I'm pretty sure nobody's writing it down. So.
No, nobody's writing it down.
Probably trying to lower the ratings of this show.
Well, what happens is DNA can
we
be
have to
damaged.
learn?
A lot of people don't know that. They think, well, it's part of me and that's who I am. But your DNA can get damaged, and there's different factors that can cause damaging DNA: oxidation, UV radiation from the sun, radiation from X-rays, viruses, plant toxins, and man-made chemicals, of course.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
Chuck Norris.
some of the results of damaged DNA are premature aging, cancer, of course, diabetes, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic fatigue syndrome, many other conditions. So cells cannot function properly if your DNA is damaged, but the interesting thing is cells can, through chemical processes, reverse the damage themselves. Why did I just give that whole spiel? Why do you think, Jason?
I have a feeling you're gonna be tying hemp back into this somehow.
I am absolutely tying. How brilliant are you?
Yeah,
Hemp seed.
The Hemp Connoisseur Radio.
Yeah, we are. Hemp seed and hemp seed oil have been found to be a factor in DNA repair. So we were talking about hemp and nutrition and how it's really good for you in that aspect. But now it's also, we were saying it can help you with other ailments. We're talking about you can actually repair DNA damage by ingesting hemp seeds and hemp seed oil. Hemp is the perfect 3-to-1 ratio of omega fatty acids. It has omega-3 and omega-6, which is needed by the human body. One of the jobs of omega-3 is cellular repair. And hemp happens to be 65% protein and 35% of that protein is what's called globulin edesin protein. It is a protein that is closest to human globulin and is very easily digestible by the body. Again, bringing up the fact that hemp is very easily digestible for you. So this protein is a major factor in DNA repair, and as the cells use that protein to correct the DNA damage, I mean, you actually will see results for yourself by consistently maintaining a hemp seed or a hemp seed oil in your diet on a daily basis. And hemp does have the highest score, or source, I should say, of edesin protein, and it's responsible for boosting your immune system. So all of that.
And that was another reason why it was better than soy.
And that was another reason why it was better than soy, which we didn't get as in-depth into it last time.
No, not as scientific, but that was the main reason.
What did you just say? Science? Hold on.
Yeah, we love science.
I just made something for us.
Science Time with Cobraconda and Cannabis Radio. Science Time with Cobraconda and Cannabis Radio.
I'm pretty good at computers.
Just to be clear,
that was good.
Before you all go needle poking out there, we are talking about hemp seed and not hep C.
Yes, thank you.
Seeds.
Yeah, if I was mumbling that, hemp seeds. Just yet another example, as you'll hear all the time on Hemp Connoisseur Radio, of why hemp should be utilized in an everyday source in our diets, in the materials we use. Obviously, we're talking more about health today, but I mean, come on, guys, get out there and buy some hemp. Ingest, utilize.
I got a nice hemp energy drink right in front of me.
We do. We are actually
try this out right here.
We are actually all enjoying. It's called Cannabis Energy Drink. It's actually from Holland, and just so you guys know, it has no marijuana in it. In Holland, that's good. I love the sound effects of the cans today. In Holland, they refer to both hemp and marijuana as cannabis because really, scientifically, they are both cannabis.
And it's a great rapper. Can I bus?
Can I bus?
Yes, he can.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
But we're enjoying this. I mean, if those of you like I'm sure everybody's heard of Red Bull and a very popular beverage and mixer in bars. This is a new drink that's coming on, and we are probably the first people in Colorado to be testing this out.
Damn right we are.
Yeah, and it's good.
Definitely the first people on the radio.
Definitely the first people on the radio. It's got all the same ingredients of Red Bull except for one little addition, or one big addition, I should say, which is infused with hemp. So you'll probably be able to find this at local grocery stores. Well, maybe not grocery stores, but convenience stores and bars in Colorado very soon, and probably around the country.
Any open-minded gas station convenience stores.
Yeah, exactly.
You can try it at our party tomorrow night.
You can try it at our party tomorrow night. They are one of our sponsors. We're going to have a hemp distilled vodka called Purgatory.
That was for the party. I was a little late on the air horn.
That's all right. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Well, and also 7-Eleven just picked it up in California.
They did. So we'll probably be seeing, so, giving a little plug to one of our sponsors for the party. But you know what? I'm not a huge fan of, sodas or even Red Bull, but I do like
in California, it's actually called 7-Eleven.
It is 7-Eleven?
Yeah, I got you.
Once.
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
But we did a
They're
blind
only half Mexican out there.
Oh,
yeah, to test this out, we did a blind taste test with the bartenders at Castleman's, and every single one of them said
Wait, all the bartenders at Castleman's are blind? Sorry.
Do not expect to drink sometime.
Equal opportunity at Castleman's.
Equal opportunity. But, they with this taste test, they all picked the Cannabis Energy Drink over Red Bull. They said it just tasted way better. It was smoother, and it mixed better with drinks. So, come check it out. It's actually really good. And then you can have this with the hemp distilled vodka, and we're calling that the High Roller as your cocktail for the evening. So what else do we want to talk about today?
What you thinking about? What you thinking about over there?
I don't know. Let's bring it back over to Cobraconda and get some more, find out a little bit more about them. What kind of drives them if they have other jobs, because, there's a lot of starving artists out there.
Well, Spencer drove me here.
Is that because you don't have a car, right?
Oh, no, I have a car.
Oh.
That's what drives them.
That's what drives them.
Spencer drives them.
I'm driven by Chevy.
Oh,
Nice.
I heard you guys have some travel plans coming up.
What?
I heard
I
you guys
couldn't
have
hear
some-
you over our sweet air horn.
Yeah, that is a pretty sweet air horn.
We're heading out of town here just for a little West Coast jump next week. Doing a show at Reno at Cargo on the. Sorry, let's start with Salt Lake City. Next Friday night, Salt Lake City, the 12th. We're the party's called Stir Fridays, and then we're in Reno the next night.
Fridays.
And that's where Mike's going to lose all his money. And it won't even be to gambling.
In Reno?
It'll be to some girl.
Or at least we hope she's a girl.
Hopefully, right? With any luck.
Well, he'll find out after he gives her the money, so there's that.
And by my money, we mean our money.
No,
you're not gonna.
I don't support his habits.
If you run out of money, you can always just, pawn off some of the band's equipment and then force them to buy it back.
No, we don't have equipment.
That's actually, that's our recordings. I always love that. I read a biography on Jimi Hendrix once, and that was something that Jimmy used to do all the time. He never had money. He was very bad with money, and when he was just getting started, he would pawn his guitar so he could spend money on women and go out and go drinking and hang out with the women.
Oh man, I've lost so many good guitars.
That
cause.
And then it would come the day for the gig, and he'd be like, "Guys, I don't have my guitar." So the band would have to go buy back Jimmy's guitar from the pawnbroker so he could play that night, and then it would be this cycle of him constantly pawning his guitar to get extra money. But they would do it because he was Jimi Hendrix and he was that good.
In short, Jimi Hendrix was a genius.
He was kind of he was genius. Well, besides being a musical genius, obviously,
right. Also,
kind of a dick.
And kind of a dick.
A manipulative dick.
Yeah, but when you're that good of a guitarist, I think you get the people make allowances.
I thought it was when you're that good looking. The guitar came second for me. It was more Jimi Hendrix's looks that really caught me in. And
handsome fellow.
Wispy hair. He looked like that old dude from the Crypt Keeper movies. And then fucking Tales from the Hood. That dude with the big afro and the gap in his teeth. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you guys are hitting up Salt Lake and then Reno.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little weekend jump there, and then we'll be back, and then we have some tentative plans for the East Coast coming up shortly thereafter.
Whereabouts in the East Coast you going?
Everywhere. Mostly just Baltimore.
Going.
No. Mostly just Baltimore. Okay. I mean, everywhere in Baltimore.
Everywhere in Baltimore.
No. real nice place this time of year. No, we'd probably be doing New York, Boston, that whole northeast loop. Try to get maybe up even to as far north as Buffalo and as far south as Virginia's. So try to knock out a few weeks of shows there. We have to do it like that. If we have days off in between stuff, it's just bad news.
It usually just gets you in trouble.
Yeah, somebody goes missing, at least one of us.
Well, before we get in trouble from our sponsors, we do have to take another break. How was that for a segue?
Oh,
getting better at this. So we'll be back in just a couple more minutes with the guys from Cobraconda, and we're going to talk a little bit more about our party.
Word up.
All right.
Can't touch me with your gritty titty, cause I am the heartbeat of this fucking city. So all hands on deck, braids and barrettes, afros and assholes, even married sex, blacks and whites, even Puerto Ricans, slamming doors and pussy ears. The heat of the street of gold, I'm the hook on the beat, I'm the story you told. I'm last night, I'm the party, I'm an animal, I'm the orgy. I beat the beat, erotic cleats, I'm rounding third 3 times a week. I'm the winning shot, I'm the handgun, I'm the pick and roll, so and one.
Electro pump, bass is booming, made from a different race than human. Is it you in this room or is it humid? Looking like I took the mic and chewed it. I need to eat, I need to drink, I need to fuck, but fuck the sleep, fuck the weed, fuck the weed. You're weak as fuck and I fuck the weed. I am a fucking machine with no tonsils or spleen. I'm here to ruin what you're brewing and to fuck with your dreams. I am that swagger, the porn that your daddy had. Hoverboard to your bitch's house and conquer the aggro crash. G-U-T-S, I ain't got no regrets, but it's better for the both of us, baby, if you can keep a secret. We don't need these drama fiends knowing our business. It's a fucked up world, baby girl, isn't it? But I'm up in those guts and I go hard in the paint, man. Counting up them cards like my name was the Rain Man. But you know the name, game in the face and the sneakers in the Ray-Bans. I'm out the door hinge like an orange bitch with a spray tan. Louis V condom, that pussy gets laid, man. And I can't complain, man. It's like I'm a changed man. Fresh as a motherfucker, reach out your stains, man.
All right, we're back, and you're just listening to Super Rave from Cobraconda. Once again, we have Spencer and Mikey in the studio.
Yeah.
And that was a little interesting. That was, I think, a section of something else.
That was a section of Mile High.
That was section of Mile High right there.
That was a teaser for tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah. So, I will just quick
That's
question.
my life, a teaser for tomorrow night.
Do either of you guys have red cards, by the way?
No, I did have one. It's expired. I need to go renew sometime soon.
Gotcha.
I did. I moved out of state for a little while, so I didn't really catch up on that because
Right.
I was in New York and they didn't have that going. So.
Well, they're working on it.
Yeah,
Very close.
They are close. You know, it's funny. Like, I don't know if you guys watch The Daily Show. There was a segment it was like 6 months ago that was cracking me up that Jon Stewart kept doing because Mayor Bloomberg made the announcement that he's going to limit the size of soda drinks, like fountain drinks that you can get from McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah, seriously, the worst problem New York has is too big of sodas.
Well, and it's funny because when you look at New York,
it's great there.
Because I've lived in New York.
Everything else.
Have you heard of King Rats or Rat Kings?
I know.
Honestly,
yeah, I mean,
I've seen them. Yeah.
Worry about that
Is that a
first.
real thing?
Yeah,
I agree.
it's a real thing.
But it was funny because for like a week, I think it was every show, Jon Stewart would have a plastic cup and he'd put it up and it would have like an ounce of bud in it. And then he'd pull up another one that had an ounce of soda. Because the thing is, it was around the same time that Bloomberg announced that they were going to decriminalize marijuana, which I love. Great. Thank you very much for doing it.
They should decriminalize getting stabbed and robbed on the train
Right.
first,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
recriminalize that. I
But-
think is what I was going to
It was just funny because you're seeing this bizarre shift in New York City where he's like looking at this cup full of an ounce of marijuana and a one full of like 16 ounces of soda. And he's like, this is now becoming legal and this is becoming illegal. And he's just like, what? And I'm like, I'm all for decriminalizing cannabis, but it is a little odd to start getting into people's business on how much soda they can drink.
I don't think it's about how much they can drink. I think they just figure smaller cups would be less trash on the street.
That's it. Oh, so it's a spatial area.
It's a whole litter deal. If you've ever
Those big gulps are taking up too much room on the sidewalk.
They were taking up too
Next
much room.
initiative is to get rid of all the chicken bones on every corner in Bushwick. Good luck. Good luck.
Right.
It's not even a racist thing. That's a real thing. I had a dog, and I lived in Brooklyn, and like half of a walk was CPR on my dog trying to get chicken wings out of
Just
its
to make sure
throat.
it's not choking on. Yeah.
That city is screwed.
It's I do love New York. I live there. It always holds a special place in my heart. Very interesting time in my life. But it's
I like how fast you glanced over there.
very interesting time in my life. It was. But one of those, and I do love the people of New York. I think, actually one of my best friends is coming in from New York City tonight. So, I think it's very odd choice for that city to make a decision about people in getting into their life and government getting into their lives about sodas.
Maybe you can ask him if they fixed the chicken bone problem.
I'll ask him about the
Ask
chicken
a
bone
friend.
problem because he lives in Brooklyn. So he'll know.
No, he'll know well about the chicken bone epidemic.
How about you ask him if it stopped him from drinking soda?
No,
or if he's just purchasing 2 or 3 of them now.
Right.
Well, they start buying bigger sodas because it might be your last one from getting stabbed or taken away from a king rat on a train or possibly choking on chicken bones. You got to live every soda like it's your last.
I mean, I was in Brooklyn like a week and a half ago, and there's definitely no limit to the Coke.
Right.
No?
Which Coke?
To the Coca-Cola? Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Wow.
We're throwing the towel now, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, implication is everything. You guys thought it. He just said something.
I just thought we opened the door for him. It's like he's following the secret right now.
You don't let Mike's brain work.
Right.
Thanks, Iglesias.
Well, we only have a few minutes left in the show, and seeing that this is the last opportunity to talk about our party till tomorrow, how excited are you about this party, guys?
Very, very excited.
Well, I already painted my toenails, so you know what that means.
That's good.
I too have painted my toenails. So.
Yes.
We did them together.
I have not, and will not.
One of the things I do want to say, usually you say your thank yous after the fact, but I do want to say thank you to, first of all, you guys, Cobraconda. I want to say thank you to Varlet, Demon Funkies, and Dragon Deer for all being a part of this event. we're having a lot of fun here today, but I do want to say this is a very special event for our company because it actually marks the year that our first issue came out.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. And for those of you who don't know, it is an incredible challenge to do a free publication at the quality that we're trying to put out in the Hemp Connoisseur in the medical marijuana industry. We are driven by advertising sales, and with that, all of our great clients are dispensaries and grow stores and glass shops. They deal with a lot of challenges on a regular basis, and it's very hard for us to produce this magazine on a regular basis. But I have an amazing crew that works with us on this magazine from issue to issue. There's so many people that it takes to put this together on the sales side, marketing with Christiana, on our editorial side and our layout side with Caroline and Stacy and Artie and all of our great writers out there. And I just want to shout out a big thanks to everybody. And this party is as much for you guys as it is for the patients and the dispensaries. And we really do want everybody to come out, show your support for this industry. This industry, all of these dispensary owners, all of these edible companies, including our magazine staff, we have been out in the trenches fighting for the rights of patients and citizens of Colorado to fully legalize marijuana, not just medical marijuana, but the recreational side of marijuana. Because, look, if alcohol's allowed, tobacco's allowed, why the heck is something that's never killed somebody in the 12,000-year history of its existence with humans? And so please come out, lend your support, show that you really want to see marijuana still be legal in Colorado, whether one of the candidates is elected or not. If we show our support, if the people of Colorado show their support for medical marijuana, it's going to be around. The movement has grown, it's happened. Whether our government is way, way behind the learning curve, as we always seem to see them be behind.
Look, it's become more than just a movement to legalize marijuana. This has become a movement this government needs to listen to the citizens of the United States, and this is what a majority of them want. So listen to what they want. Who are you to go ahead and say, yes, you can do this, or no, you can't? I mean, that's not what America was founded on. So.
Yeah, and this party is really just a chance for everybody to let loose. It's funny because there's a perception that I get from a lot of people when they ask me what do I do for a living, and I tell them, well, I'm one of the owners of the Hemp Connoisseur. We put this together every month, and we work in the medical marijuana industry. And the first thing that people say to me, one of the first things I hear all the time is, "Oh, those guys must be making money hand over fist." And the first thing I have to say to that is absolutely not. Nobody really recognizes how hard it is to start a business in an industry that you have to fight against federal regulations, or you have to fight against the DEA trying to come in and shut you down, them telling you what to do, them not allowing you to take a standard business deduction for taxes that every other business in the United States is allowed to take. That's something a lot of people don't realize. And, we're going to probably get more in depth in this in an article in our December issue, but the IRS does not allow medical marijuana centers to take standard business deductions. They tax them more, even though they say that they're doing an illegal job and they're doing something that's not federally legal. They take more of their tax dollars. They don't allow them to take those deductions. So it makes it harder and harder for these guys to even make ends meet. And we see these people on a regular basis in what we do between Jason on Nexus Meds, Christian and myself on the Hemp Connoisseur. They are struggling, and these guys are on the front lines, and they're fighting for you out there, the patient. So if you really want to show your support, get your red card again.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But come to our party tomorrow night and let them know that you guys appreciate what these guys are doing for you. These are pioneers. There's not much of a difference between what these guys are doing right now, fighting for rights, as the civil rights movement back in the day, or the movement for women's rights, or gay rights. This is a right of every citizen to be able to have medicine if you choose to have it. Cheap, organic medicine with no side effects, and a great organic product that has 25,000 uses in industrial hemp that can help save our economy, save our environment, and help your health all at the same time.
And eventually save you money at the pump.
And, that's something that, thank you for bringing that up, Jason, because we talked about this today, and we're going to start doing a little bit of a series over the next few radio shows about biodiesel made from hemp. And, a lot of people know of corn ethanol, but there's also a fuel byproduct called methanol that can be made from organic materials. It's actually cheaper. And the statistics I just looked up today, and this is a teaser, is gasoline made from hemp or methanol made from hemp, if we were utilizing it in the United States, imagine $1.37 per gallon.
Man, that's like junior year of high school.
It is, right? I know. I mean, I'm dating myself, but I remember when it was less than $1 per gallon. And
that was my first road trip. I had a 98 cent a gallon spot in like North Texas, and I thought I almost just cried. I shed a tear of joy.
I know. I mean, we're not only
money in your pockets.
and I think that's the thing is it is a panacea. I mean, we're not only helping the costs of gasoline for people's pockets. It helps our economy. It helps our environment. Again, $1.37 per gallon. Do you imagine what that would do for our economy? Do you imagine what it would do just for the trucking industry alone?
But what about all the jobs you're going to ruin? Jobs.
I'm just being
Well, let's talk about all the jobs we're going to create.
Dave, we don't have enough time for that.
I know, exactly. But anyway, I'm sorry. It's hard not to get passionate about this and get excited about it. That's just a little bit of a teaser for our next couple shows. Come in, stick in. We're going to be doing a lot of work and research over the next couple weeks on hemp, methanol, and biodiesel, and start really breaking it down for you guys.
And Vin Diesel.
All right. Vin Diesel. Yeah.
Pretty important stuff.
Very important stuff. I want to thank Spencer and Mikey from Cobraconda for coming in today.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We had a great time. A lot of fun. Definitely a little bit more of a wild show for us today. It was a lot of fun, so we really appreciate you guys coming in. Cannot wait for your performance tomorrow night at the Cirque de Cannabis party.
Definitely want to thank Chris, the producer, for telling us when and when we cannot be on the air.
When we need to shut up.
I definitely appreciate that, Chris. Thank you.
The nice thing is it's internet radio, so we can break a couple of rules here and there.
Breaking the law.
Anyway, to end on a good note, everybody come to the Cirque de Cannabis party tomorrow night, guys. It's going to be an awesome time. We've put a lot of work into this party to make sure that everybody has a good time. We're going to have so many great acts there. I mean, while we have Cobraconda, Varlet, Demon Funkies, Dragon Deer, we're going to have some...
And all other hybrid animals.
Yes, yeah.
All
there may be a few.
iCannabis will be there. Overgrow the Radio will be doing live coverage of the event, so you can check it out if you cannot make the party, but please make the party.
Is there a TV station going to be there also?
Yes, WMMJ. I just heard back from them. They said they're going to be there. And
Fox News.
Faux news, as we like to call it. And what's that?
Cannabis is also going
to be. Yeah, no, I was just going to say.
And Chris just wants to tell you again that iCannabis Radio
will be there. Yes, iCannabis will be covering our event and making the announcements.
One more time, Dave. One more.
iCannabis will be there.
iCannabis.
And again, if you haven't registered to vote yet and you, for some reason, don't know how to do it online, but if you're listening to the station, you probably do, we will be registering people to vote. Amendment 64 guys will be there to get you registered because the registration to vote deadline is October 9th. If you care, vote. If you do not vote, as my dad always said, you do not have the right to bitch. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Hemp Connoisseur Radio.
I'm Jason.
I'm David. Peace, love, and happiness.